God damn.
That's good, right?
0 calories. They always want to say 0
Yeah,
calories.
right. There's no way.
And this
That
tastes
shit's
way
so fire.
too good, Kirkland. Got some explaining to do.
0 I remember I had this one carbonated drink. It was
Like this?
It said 0 calories here, but then down below it was like 10 calories.
Yeah.
Wait, were you there?
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Like, where is this? Okay.
Anyways, everyone, welcome to Out at Reese's podcast. I'm your host, Reese Shalvis, and next to me is our co-host,
Devon Anderson. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. It's like
Good afternoon,
8
good
p.m.
morning, right? I mean, granted, we don't know exactly every time zone that's going to be watching this, so glad to have you all. Go ahead, sir.
I mean, honestly, like, so this podcast has actually been like in the works for a while now.
Yeah.
It's kind of rebranded now. So like about a year and a half ago, I did this podcast, made a few episodes. I didn't really like them that much. I did at the time, but looking back, they're okay. So I kind of just wrapped that up as season 0, and now we're here, just rebranded. It actually used to be called Out at Recess, kind of as a play on words for Reese. And then it just wasn't good for the algorithm, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we changed the name to it's basically the same, just a little different
Yeah.
vibe. I feel like Out at Reese's.
Yeah.
And this is actually the first time I have an official co-host for this.
Yes, sir.
So this is gonna
I'm
be
honored.
pretty cool. We're gonna try and do weekly episodes, probably every Friday or so. Anyways, we'll just jump right into it, dude. So this is just an introduction. Like, just tell us about yourself, you know?
All right, so Devon Anderson, born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland, currently in Salt Lake City, Utah. So I have 4 total siblings. Jesus Christ.
You're good.
Hold up. All right. Process.
Maybe you need another sip of your...
Maybe, hold up. Let me take a little...
Definitely not sugar.
All right. Yeah, let me... I'm ready. I can conquer the world now. You want me to start over from the top?
Honestly, just keep going, bro.
Okay. I have 4 siblings. I have 2 older brothers, 1 younger sister, and unfortunately, I did have a sibling, but she passed early on in life. I have a few siblings on my dad's side. Don't really talk to them as much, but for the most part, we keep in contact as much as possible. And tell you some more about me. I'm having a brain fart. Jesus.
Well, for me, I'll kind of move over to me, and then
Go ahead.
we just kind of go back and forth. But so I'm Reese Shalvis. I was born and raised in Utah. I love it. I love it here. It's a great state. There's so much to do, so much to see. I mean, I'm 21 years old.
Granted,
Like-
Utah is, beautiful outdoors. I love it. It's very, I guess a modest place, I would say. Like, if you really, truly want to focus on yourself and, build relationships as far as in, business or people with like minds, this is the perfect place. As far as like just enjoying the nightlife and things of that sort, I wouldn't necessarily recommend too much Utah. I say you come here and there.
I mean, nightlife's okay. Like, it's definitely mediocre compared to compared to other places. But,
Yeah. No.
But I mean, hey, we actually used to work together. We still do.
Yeah, technically.
But we actually did security together at another
Yeah.
site, and that's how we met. We've known each other for almost basically 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
That's
wow.
crazy. Dude, time's
Jesus,
flown.
2
Doesn't
years.
even feel like it's been 2 years.
I think I need to leave now. Say nah. It's crazy, right? Like,
And that'll wrap it up for the last episode of Out at Recess.
sorry guys, it's over before you even started. It's crazy, right? Like 2 years went by like that, right? Like I remember graduating college and then, being in this weird, like, I guess like, what is it? Limbo. I just felt like I didn't know exactly what to do. who to steer me into the correct directions on, as far as how you go after life, how you make adult decisions, all that stuff. Like, granted, my university did as much as possible, especially playing sports. They try to guide you in the best way possible in order to set you up for success. But even with all those tools, I still felt lost. So then, working out and doing things of that sort, uh, after doing pro day training and things, and now I'm just stuck looking like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I truly going to do, right? I couldn't figure it out. And it's okay not
this
to.
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that too, right? And it was okay not having a plan right away. So like I was on like LinkedIn, or I don't know where the job posting was, and it was like, yeah, we paying what was it, $15 an hour we started at?
15, yeah.
Guys,
We be mad sleeping in that closet, bro.
Whoa. It was the best $15 an hour I ever earned. I promise you.
Just watching anime, dude, all day.
Anime all day, and actually just it really, for me, it was more like getting to know Reese more, right? Like,
yeah,
we literally slept
4 hours in the closet.
4 hours in the closet, like not together, guys, but like separate. We used to alternate on who takes the naps and whatever. But for the most part, I think the biggest thing was like learning throughout that entire thing when security was like, it's okay not having a plan right away, right? Like, granted, I was scared shitless when I graduated, just because it was like, I don't got nothing lined up. Oh, I love football. Oh, I want to do all these type of things, and I want to do all these things, but it brought me to security, and I gained the best friend in that, and we have fun a lot.
We be making plans. I mean, I'm gonna censor that out, but
yeah.
But if our boss, if she be coming in, right, and one of us sleeping, we got this game plan, right? It's like, oh, we'll just say that I was looking for something in the closet or some shit. It's like, oh man, I even had dreams of her like walking in.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it was crazy.
Gotta say, it was the best $15 an hour. And then when we got the pay raise, right? Like, we literally didn't change up, right? Like, I think, was it 16?
Yeah, we got up to 16.
$16 an hour to take a nap, watch anime. Gotta say, it's the
easiest
$16
an hour
ever, right?
ever
Like,
made.
I just enjoyed it. Like, I just literally was like, gotta go to work. Hey, get to go to sleep for 4 hours. Hey, half of the day's gone. Yeah, we worked the swing shift, so it was more, we didn't deal with a lot of people.
So chill.
Just everybody working at night, coming in at overnight, all those things. So
come in at 4, get out at midnight.
Yeah, some days, I hated the days. Me and Reese used to do rock, paper, scissors for whoever stand the 12-hour shift.
Oh, yeah.
4 p.m.
We'd
to
have to
4
stay till
a.m.
4 a.m. sometimes.
God, that was the worst. I think literally it made me so mad. Like, me and Reese used to be so mad. Oh my God. Like, but for the most part, I guess it like builded our relationship, honestly. Like, I guess like being in the security and staying 12-hour shifts and just complaining about the 12-hour shift kind of gave us foundation for our friendship. So
there was the couple times that we got to both stay till 4 a.m.
Oh,
that shit was lit, dude. We just be watching movies, anime, just like all night.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when you stayed at 4 a.m., it wasn't that we didn't want to do it. It was more of who we have to stay until 4 a.m. with. Yeah. Right. So I think it was more of just a person that we had to stay to 4 a.m. with. We didn't have no problem making that extra money. I promise you.
We be with the wrong person. We go on patrol and just sleep in the conference room. Yes. Got the heater on our face.
Oh my God. Honestly, yeah, it was very enjoyable. And currently, yeah, we work at Amazon. We see each other every day. We kind of try to have lunch, right, together.
Yeah, okay. I mean, our lunch schedules are off now, but sometimes
Also, crazy how 2 years just went by, right? And now we still can't get rid of each other. Like, I promise you, we try to get rid of each other, but, I guess, universe has different plans for us.
Dude, we met when I was like 19, 20, and now I'm turning 22 this month.
And now I'm freaking 25, guys. Yeah.
25.
Holy shit, I'm half of 50?
It's honestly weird, dude. Like, not just us personally.
Yeah.
But I feel like the world is kind of entering this new era that's just insane. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, technology, bro. Like,
well, speaking of Amazon, did you see, like, I guess, like, an article came out, like, Amazon Air? It's like they in a big blimp, and they're, yeah, like, they in a blimp in the middle of the sky, and they just release drones.
What?
And deliver
Dude,
packages.
that's so
Yeah,
sick.
I was like, what?
Dude, that's crazy. This is something we wouldn't expect 10 years ago at all.
Whoa, no.
Right? Like,
definitely not.
Dude.
Well, the thing about Amazon is on this big incline, right? So, like,
yeah,
always expect the unexpected. Like, even with working for them, it's just more, like, unexpected. Like, literally, don't even think you going to plan the day out like you want it to go, because always unexpected happen, right? We're coming up on peak. It's about to be crazy intense. So, what else? I'm trying to think. Ooh,
I mean,
what?
We really can't say too much about our job because
Yeah.
of confidential reasons, but I mean, it's chill. It's like gets crazy sometimes, but it's not a bad job.
No, not at all. I enjoy it. I think
The hours can suck sometimes, though.
yeah, that does suck. I think just walking around all day is crazy, pretty intense. Usually average like 10 miles a day.
10 miles?
Yeah, 10 miles a day. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Like, I mean, but for the most part, it's more of the experience. Like, I enjoy working for Amazon. I've been there for like 7 months now. And I think it's the amount of people you meet, personality wise, that, make you be like, respect life more and more. You all right?
I just spilled my drink a little bit.
I think it's the people you meet in life that, go through these certain traumas that make you respect life more.
Oh, for sure.
Right? And you have a lot of people like that go through their own, pains and gains of life at Amazon. And then when they open up to you, just be like, dang. Okay. All right. That hit home.
Honestly, that's been my favorite part working there is just the people I've met,
Mm-hmm. Remember, it's about who you know. Right? Build as much connections as possible. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to who you know. A little bit of experience too. But for the most part, who you know.
So, what kind of stuff do you like to do for fun outside of anime and such? Right? I mean,
yeah.
You said you played for the state.
Yeah.
Played for Utah State.
It was so obviously I love football, right? Like, I enjoy watching it. I enjoy playing it. But one of my biggest pride factors are working out. I just enjoy working out, the pains and gains of working out. If you did Squattober, congratulations, we over. Now we in November. But I don't know, I just enjoy it. It's just my like place, I guess, right? Like, it's so calm for me. And yeah, when the weight's heavy, I'll be like, oh, get it shit.
Cry,
yeah, like, get it off me. But for the most part, it's just my, I guess, safe haven. Sometimes I go lift with people, sometimes I don't. But even when I do, even if I do lift with people, if I don't, I still get that same reaction of it being my safe haven. Just feel like my space, and I love it. And other than that, I just love watching anime. Like,
don't forget playing Warzone.
And yeah, playing Warzone. If you want to run it, if you want to play against me, if you want to go 1v1, can't say I'm going to win every match, but you ain't going to, beat me every time. So, yeah, I enjoy playing video games on a consistent basis, working out. And, I have a dog that I love so much. Her name is Stormy. And I have a cat that I hate so much named Figgy. It's like, no, they both, have places in my heart. Sometimes they both get on my nerves, but yeah. So I'm a dog dad and a cat dad. So yeah, those are my hobbies. How about you? Like,
I mean, I do quite a bit. I kind of rotate on what I'm super into, right? I'll do one thing a whole bunch,
yeah,
and then I'll stop and then do another thing, right? But like usually, like I love playing video games. I love fitness. I love hiking. Hiking is one of my favorite things of all time. I discovered my love for hiking like probably back in May. Like I'd always liked hiking,
yeah,
but I never took it seriously, right? I just do kind of easier hikes. And then back in May, I did this like technology fest or whatever.
oh yeah, I remember that.
And that's
Stop
where I
texting me for a while. I'll tell you that much.
dude,
Like,
that's where I really like just figured out like, man, this is my favorite thing to do, you know.
yeah.
Especially harder hikes. I don't like easier hikes that much anymore, but
What you trying to say? Trying to say I can't do a hard hike, bro?
that's exactly what I'm trying to say. But I love to play video games. I love watching anime, TV shows, movies. You know, I love Marvel, action.
Yeah.
You know, and any in that kind of category, mystery, whatever.
Yeah.
I also love writing stories. It's one of my favorite things to do as well. I love computers. I love building computers, trying to fix them. I'm not too knowledgeable in software, but hardware, I feel like I feel like I know how to handle software or hardware pretty well. I love music. I love playing the guitar. I'm actually trying to make some music here soon once I get fully set up in here, which
All right.
it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty exciting. Got all my instruments over there.
Nah, yeah,
But,
I've seen. Yeah.
I mean, what else? Like, I love just hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
I like going clubbing sometimes. I haven't been a lot, but it's sometimes fun to go.
Ooh, that sparkling coming back up. Same, like, I love music. I forgot to say I enjoy some good music. Right now I'm going through my phase of Latin music, Spanish music, just enjoying that, learning the lyrics, understanding the definition behind the song, and not just, mumbling the lyrics and all that stuff. I don't know, it's just so unique to me. I love R&B soul. I love country. I don't really, try to dial in on one specific genre, right? Like, I love to branch out and learn new stuff and listen to new music. And I think that's what my personality is, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't like to be confined in this little bubble. I like to, pop here and there. I club for a long, long time. I have to get my livers or, some recovery. Yeah, because last year was crazy.
I remember.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, every night was, like, every weekend, like 6 weeks straight, I was drunk Friday, Saturday. That's when I was working security, too. Yeah, it was brutal. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, though. I mean, another thing that I think is super fun, and I'm sure you can agree with me on this, is travel. Just traveling the country, wherever you can, It's one of my favorite things.
I mean, for me, I don't get that, like, weird sensation of travel, right? Like,
Describe weird. What do you mean by weird
so
sensation?
when you go to a new place, right? Like, you like, ooh, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Okay.
I'm more on the type of like, oh, this nice. Like, it's weird. I just be so mellow towards it. Like, it's just be like, that's cool.
Really?
But when I get turned, like, maybe it's the alcohol or maybe it's whatever. But once something hit my system, I'd be ready to do whatever. Like, seriously, I'd be, ooh. I remember going to Arizona for a wedding, and, like, I was just like, oh, this was cool. I got drunk at the wedding. I was like, I fucking love this place. But I was literally, like, considering moving there with my lady, so.
Damn,
it was so much
What
fun.
part?
Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, Mesa?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. We went to Scottsdale. That was crazy. Pretty tense there.
That's funny though. I'm like the exact opposite. Like when I go on vacation, I'm like I want to do everything. I'm like Googling the the best stuff to do nearby, and I'm basically whenever I go on vacation, I'm trying to do just the thing after thing is I just basically squeeze as much as I can, because it's just I don't know, that's just how I enjoy them, It's just so fun.
I mean, yeah, for the most part, that's like I feel like that's how everybody is, right? Like, you get to a new place, you want to go crazy and do all these things. I don't know. I'm just be like, that sounds nice. That sounds good, right? Like I'm not.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's okay to just not have a soul, but
A what?
I mean,
a soul? Get out of here. I have a soul. I just like certain things get me excited. Like I like genuinely get excited about anime. Right? I mean, I text you all the time, right? I just text you like literally 2 days ago. Let's go watch the My Hero.
But I wasn't caught up, so
yeah. So you wasn't caught up, so it really didn't, happen. But to me, I don't know. I enjoy things. Like I enjoy the things that I enjoy, and sometimes that's not. I guess like it depends on the destination, right? Like for the most part, I haven't went anywhere that like blew my mind away completely once I landed. Right? I mean, granted, Hawaii was so beautiful. Humid.
So nice.
One
of my favorite places.
Fresh. It smelled fresh. It was just nice. Felt like I can run 10 miles and don't freaking stop. So, yeah, it was pretty nice. It was gorgeous. I really loved there. What else? Yeah, it was just pretty nice.
Dude, I mean, Hawaii's pretty freaking nice.
It's
like that's one place that I'll always go back to when I got the money. It's expensive though.
Yeah, it's granted, playing football we went for free. So we flew out 3 days early before the game. Practiced down there. Was able to go out, eat, and all that stuff.
Get drunk?
Nah, we didn't really get drunk.
I mean, you did have the game to play, I suppose.
Yeah, we had the game to play, but we beat Hawaii really bad, 56-21, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're a Hawaii fan, I'm so sorry. It's out of love and respect. And yeah, no, it was pretty good. Like I really enjoyed that. Food was so nice too. I think who has the worst food?
What?
And that I ever tasted in my life.
What is it?
Laramie, Wyoming. And when I tell you the worst, wait. Let me make sure. Let me clarify this. It's not like a restaurant, right? We only got to eat at hotels.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe we had DoorDash here and there, but like nothing crazy. And the hotel food tastes like so disgusting, bro. Like I never had that.
So just everywhere you ate was just so bad?
For the most part, right? Like, so I've been to Laramie, Wyoming twice. One time was for more than a couple days. Didn't really eat nowhere. I think I just ate the McDonald's or something like that. I can't even remember that entire trip because we was turned up, drunk,
You about to get some haters and they all live in Wyoming, bro.
It's like, granted, like, I'm not trying to hate on Wyoming. Like, it was, like, pretty and all, but, like, the food just wasn't there for me. I'm not, if anybody have any recommendations, I would love to try them out. And, yeah, but other than that, right now, it's like a 2 out of 10.
The thing with travel for me is I'm someone who loves trying new things. I love trying new things, new experiences, right?
And new food?
And new food, yes. I love trying new food.
What is, like, the strangest food that you ate? Like, that's, like, I would never.
It was surprisingly, it was here in Utah.
Really?
And the strangest food I had, like, it's not even that strange.
Yeah.
But it was cow brain.
Cow brain.
It was at a restaurant. It was.
What made you look at that menu and be like,
it's
I think cow brain would be good tonight.
It's actually my friends. They're like, dude, you got to try this. It's cow brain. I'm like, all right, let's go. So we literally went to the restaurant just to try the cow brain.
Oh my god!
But it was good. The texture was just and consistency was not it, bro. Okay. Like it was.
Nope. Couldn't dare me to do it. You'll have to feed me that without telling me what it is, and then tell me afterwards, and then we probably would fight. But
did you know bull testicles, fried bull testicles, is an actual dish.
Yeah, no, I know that.
That's one that's like if I
I mean, you need.
I mean I might try it once eventually, right?
Honestly, hot sauce make everything taste good.
Yeah.
So you get me with some hot sauce, and I think I'll be fine. Now, Grant, I don't think I ever had anything too crazy. I'm more like I don't like to dip into that spectrum of.
Yeah.
I love to eat, but also I like to know what I'm eating. And I think the only thing I had that was crazy was beef heart or beef tongue, cow tongue, cow heart.
I don't think I've ever had the heart or tongue.
Just
the brain.
For the most part, it's just like that metal tasting feeling, like when you taste blood or whatever.
The kind of the coppery. Metallic,
yeah, it's like that weird.
Oh really?
Yeah, like
That's
literally
weird.
for a long.
Is that the brain
period
or
of
the
time.
heart?
It's the heart.
Oh, okay.
I
mean, which makes sense. It's
well, you had the
pumped
brain.
full
I
of
had
blood,
the tongue.
right?
So I ate beef tongue and heart.
Beef tongue. What was that like? Like, what was it?
It was like if you want to be honest, like it just was. I guess if you bite on your tongue, you'll know.
Let me give it a shot.
I don't know. It was like very squishy, right? It was. I'm just like. But yeah, never. I love liver. Have you ever had liver? Like beef?
I've had liver.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I
can't,
do.
The flavor's not bad. That's another thing. I just can't get behind the consistency.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like the consistency of liver.
What else? Favorite anime?
Favorite anime?
Yeah.
Oh, you already know the answer to this.
Oh my
but
god.
It's,
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, call me basic. I don't care. But my favorite show of all time, it literally tops everything I've seen, is Attack on Titan. Now I don't care if you like.
Oh snap! My bad.
I don't know. It's the show. I'm sure a lot of people have this, but it's the show that initially got me into anime, right?
Yes.
But now, so obviously that initially is why it was my favorite for a while.
Yeah.
And then I watched season 1 and 2, and I was like. It's still basically my favorite anime, but then I lost interest in it for a while when it just took so long to come out, right? For the next seasons to come out. So I was like, maybe there are other stuff better than it,
Yeah.
And then season 3 came out. I was watching that at work.
Yeah, I remember
watching that, and I was just like,
it's
damn,
go hard,
this is
bro.
so good, and it literally just boom, just jumped straight back to the top. I was like.
Yeah.
It's gotta for me. Like it's my number one.
Okay. So usually I have like a One Piece thing rocking with me at all times. Clearly that's the all time. Call me basic. Call me whatever. It is the best anime of all time. I enjoy it so much. And like how he said he lost interest in Attack on Titan. I would never. Even, how One Piece is carrying on, dragging along the story. But, like, the thing about One Piece is that it makes you feel, I don't know, the journey has been so long that you feel a part of the crew, if that makes sense. Like, I enjoy every episode that I watch. Let it be a filler. I don't care. Like, I enjoy that. Like, I never found, there's only a few animes out there that you watch filler episodes and you feel, oh yeah, this is really good. I like this, right? So, I don't know. For me, it's more like it just makes me feel a part of the anime. Every week, every Sunday, I think.
It wasn't necessarily interest that I lost in the show. It was more just there was that time away from the show that caused my hype to lose, and eventually it got to the point where it's like, oh, the new season's coming out. I'll get to that eventually, right? Like,
yeah, but
then again with One Piece. When you started it, it already had 800 plus episodes. I was caught up.
I grinded it. I watched One Piece at work. Right. Shout out to security. Because that was the only reason I watched it. Like, people always kept telling me, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. All this stuff. And I'm like, bruh, it was like 1996, I think the first episode came out. Or somewhere around there. I'm so sorry if I would, correct me if I'm wrong. But like, I don't know. I seen like 800 and something episodes. I'm just like, dude, no way. This is good. Like, nah, this ain't it. Nah, ain't no way. right? So I was just like, everybody else, like even when I tell Reese to watch it, he's like, no, not watching it.
I watched the first episode.
And I mean, you got to give it a chance because like the animation is like old, right? Like it's old. Like it's very old, not regular old. It's old.
That's the main thing that just makes it really hard for me to get into is the getting past the animation.
But once you get past the first season, it's so nice, so love. Only animated make me cry. I don't have no problem admitting that. That is go anime right there. Like no cap. One Piece. Watch it.
Another one that I've actually been binge watching lately. Part 5 just came out on Netflix, so I've started watching that. But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh,
pretty
no.
good. It's pretty good.
Man.
Part 2 is still my favorite so far out of the first 4 that I've seen. But
I gave JoJo a chance.
Okay. How many episodes did you watch?
I told you I watched season 1.
How much is season 1?
I watched all the way up to who was living at his mansion with him?
Dio.
And then his family adopted Dio, right?
Yeah.
And then Dio tried to take over whatever. Yeah, that's all I got. And I was like,
bro, see, that's
I couldn't go with
that's the thing, bro. People will say about One Piece, they'll be like, bro, just get to episode 367 and then it gets good, right?
Right.
People will be saying that. That's how it is with JoJo. Like, you got to get past the first 9 episodes if that's not your... Because I didn't like it. It took me a year to get through part 1, right?
Quote him.
Which is 9
episodes. I will be back. And I'll give you a full review.
No, okay. Finish just the total of season 1, which is part 1 and 2.
Okay.
And that's about 26 episodes.
It changed.
24 episodes.
Yeah.
So you get to part 2, bro. Literally, it wasn't bad. Part 1 wasn't bad. I still enjoyed it, but it was just slow, and I had a hard time getting through it.
Yeah.
Literally 1 to 2 episodes into part 2, I was like, damn, this shit good. Because it's
okay.
It's not exactly what you expect, right? Every part is pretty different.
Yeah,
for the most part. So it's like,
I mean, same with One Piece. Like, it's just like a whole different. I don't know. It's just greatness. That's all. I have one word for it. Greatness. I mean, just like you tell me to watch JoJo, you watch One Piece. You catch up on One Piece.
All right. How about this? How about before next episode, before episode 2?
Okay.
I'll watch how many episodes should I watch?
You watch 100 episodes. That's not.
Okay, I cannot finish 100 episodes in a week.
In a week.
I don't got time for 100. But okay, just
why are you lying? You have time for 100.
Finish part 1 and 2, which is about 20 something episodes, and I'll watch about 20 something episodes of One Piece.
Okay.
And we'll see. Then we'll give our
and yeah, we'll give our reviews
episode.
and everything. All right, yeah, I'm totally down with that, 100%. But One Piece fans understand that 20 episodes is not enough. But we'll see.
We'll see how I feel about it, though. If I can actually get into it in that amount of episodes, then it's a good thing, right?
Yeah, of course.
But it's definitely a long show, so it'll definitely take me a long time. If I get into it, it's going to take me a long-ass time to finish it. Right?
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's...
Because we don't got that time anymore we did at work to just watch.
I mean, honestly, I do. Like, having, 3 days off work is, so beneficial. My first day usually is just work out and clean the house, do the, dishes.
I'm lucky to get 2 days off.
I know, it's crazy, but you pick up those shifts.
Yeah, I've been just picking up a lot.
One thing is never overwork yourself, right? Like you work that 60-hour week, right? How many hours is that? 60 hours?
Usually, it's it ranges.
No. Remember when you worked all that overtime?
Oh, the longest I worked in 1 week was 76 hours.
Ladies and gentlemen, 76 hours in 1 week.
That my sleep was so messed up.
Yeah, it was horrifying.
Dude, you remember seeing me at work, bro? I'm just walking around,
looking like a zombie for 76 hours.
That's crazy.
I need you to understand. The more you make, the more they take.
Dude, right? Yeah.
You work 76 hours. The government will not care about that. They will take as they see
400,
fit.
$500 from the checks, bro.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they taking almost what 1,200, 1,100 from me, Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
dude. I'm like, dang, that could have been for a PC.
That could have been your PC, bro.
Like, man, but hey, it is what it is. Like, I guess American dream, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can't complain. You know, just go to work, put your hard hat on, and pay your bills. Is keep it moving, right? Like it's crazy, right? And society today is just work, work. But we getting into that generation that's more like, I guess, like stand up for like what you believe in type thing, right? Like if you see something unfit, like it's not that blue collar and just brush it off your shoulder to keep doing it. It's more like, hey, no, I disagree.
Yeah.
Right? I disagree 100%. Like I stand by what I said, and this is how. And I mean, granted, like everybody have their own ways of dealing with stuff, but yeah, that takes some real guts. Like some stuff I see, I'll be like, hey, all right. Like, granted, I don't know if I will handle that situation like that, but you doing that and the way you see fit is how you see fit, and nah.
I mean, there's definitely certain reasons for working a lot of overtime too, right?
Well, yeah,
but,
we all go through our own stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not saying, but like you can't do that every day. You can't do that every week, right?
It gets
right.
It just gets so draining.
Yeah,
you
mentally exhausted.
You get home and you're just like so I also like to stream on Twitch, right? I used to do that consistently almost every other day, right? I was doing it maybe 4 times a week, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
4 hours at least. And then it just, when I started picking up the hours, like I technically still had the time to get at least maybe like a 3-hour stream in every day. But I was so drained, I just couldn't bring myself to actually doing it. I was just...
The thing is, like, mental health is real.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, for sure.
Like, it's not a joke. It's not something that you should wake up and, take it for granted. Remember we had a discussion about the valley, right? Like, the valley is real. We all hit the valley at some point in some way, some shape, whatever. And it's serious, right? Like, some people get stuck there, right? Like, you working 76 hours a week. And then you dealing with your own personal issues. It's hard for you to try to climb out of that valley when you constantly being drained down while work, right? Like I always voice out, multiple different friends of mine is always talk about it.
Because usually the things that you have to do to bring yourself out of the valley takes a lot
Yes.
energy itself, right? And so when you're too drained from work and other life stuff, you just physically can't.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, I definitely agree to that.
And sometimes it's even work that puts people in that valley.
Well, yeah, like if you're not enjoying work, how are you supposed to, like, you wake up and do that job how many days? Right? How many hours? 10, 12, 8, whatever, right? That's 8 hours out of your day that you feel like you're miserable because you don't enjoy work.
That's 1/3 of your day, and then the other third is
sleeping,
right?
or complaining like that you got to go back to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, I mean, we all been there.
Oh, for sure.
Like, security granted, like, it was the easiest $16 an hour, but, like, on a serious note, it didn't feel challenging, right? Like, we always talked about these dreams and all this stuff that we wanted, but we felt like being in security wasn't a long-term thing, but it felt like it could have been, right? Maybe it was due to, us not paying attention to the little things, because we felt like we knew everything, right? You felt like you had a good grasp on the system and, print badges, whatever.
I mean, it was super easy.
Right, like, we felt like we could have been supervisors, right? Easily. But, hey, we took different paths and, both excited on where we are now. Right? 2 years, a year later. I've been at Amazon for 8 months.
8 months already?
Is it 8 months? I think it's coming up on 8 months. Yeah, November will be November 20-something would be 8 months.
I started there in March.
I started in April. So you're on 10 months, right? Like you almost...
Has it been 10 months?
Or 9 or something
no
like that. Yo.
What the...
Bro, yeah. It's
9 months. I think it's 9 months.
9 months. Wow.
That's crazy.
That is...
What? That's insane, dude.
It's...
Dude, time flies. Like, I've had this whole thought on time, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. If you want to go into it, it's like...
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see... No.
So I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this, but there's some things, right? You look back maybe maybe 6 months, a year ago.
Right.
A certain event happened. Let's just say, I don't want to actually give examples. I'm not good at that. But let's say something happens and you look back 12 months later and you're like,
It's reverse deja vu.
it's already been a year. That's what you're thinking.
Okay.
You're like, it's already been a year. That was so fast.
Yeah.
And then another event that happened right around that time, completely different though, different context, experience, whatever. And you look back and you're like, it's only been a year?
Yeah.
Like, even though the two events took place so close to each other,
Yeah.
because of whatever feelings and emotions you were going through when experiencing that period of time, right? It was like completely altered how fast or slow time seemed to have gone.
Yeah.
Even though there's the same amount of time for both events.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, it's only been 12 years. I mean, 12 months.
12 years.
12 months. And so it's almost like, the way I kind of see it is like, it's almost like you've entered a new era when you can look back, right? Essentially on significant events in your life. I like to call them sub-eras, because usually when people hear the word era, they think of like maybe a time period like the 80s was an era, the 90s, right? Or whatever. So personal eras I like to just call sub-eras. So it's like maybe the time you were dating this girl for a couple of years. That's an era, right?
Is it?
Or the time or the time we spent working at the old site. That's an era of time that you can look back onto, because it's completely different emotions, feelings, and experiences during that period of time.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah.
And so just like based on the emotions you feel, I feel like is what really can alter your experience on how fast or slow time feels. You know what I mean?
Granted, like, I graduated in 2015.
Is that weird? Does it feel like it's been 6 years?
Honestly, it don't feel like it's been 6 years, but I don't know. You get memories, right? You pop up. Like, granted, high school has been ups and downs. It's never perfect. I mean, if it was perfect for you, congratulations. Like, you deserve a reward, because high school was like, it's survival of the fittest. Depending on what high school you went to. I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, so it wasn't, flowers and roses and things of that sort. And I understand everybody go through their own trials and errors, especially through high school. But I look back on it, like you said, emotions, right? That was a different era. Like, Devon back then.
Dude, same. The Reese from high school, even the Reese a year and a half ago or so, right?
Yeah.
I feel like is a personality probably the same, right? That doesn't really change too much when you're an adult, but just your mindset, the way you think,
maturity,
how you act, things, maturity, right? It just changes so much, so fast.
Yeah, it's honestly Devon from freshman year of college. I think I've always been like kind of early on maturity. I think it was more of like experience life like firsthand.
Yeah.
Right? Like, go through these hardships by myself. Like, granted, I live in Utah, right? So like my family there, but they're not really there. Yeah. Right? So I endured some hardships on my own, but that made me into who I am today. Right? Like, high school, I don't even want to look at that guy. That guy.
Neither do I, dude.
9th grade me. Get it together, champ.
Dude, 9th grade me, bro.
Like,
oh man.
I mean, granted, it was like a tough time in my life.
I beat the shit out of 9th grade me right now.
I will whip his ass. Let me, like, 9th grade me wasn't anything bad, right? Yeah. I just made stupid decisions.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, at that time, I lost my dad, and I couldn't figure out exactly what path of life that I wanted to take. Mm-hmm. Right? So, for me, I had a single mom. And, my mom did everything in her power to, raise me the best way as possible. But then you still have these outside factors that plays inside, right? And honestly, high school, you're around all different people. You're trying to find a group you fit in, all this stuff. So, like, in a sense, I kind of want to say my, like, I guess, like, father figures went into my friends. That was the same age as me, right? Like, that's not even, like, obviously, that's, like, a recipe for disaster, right? So, Grant, we skipped school, we did things of that sort. Like, it was just crazy, right? Like, and it wasn't until I met my high school football coach that changed my whole perspective on that, right? Actually gave me a father figure to, look up for. I remember I'm sitting on the locker, about to go skip school. Don't skip school, all right? Never. I was about to skip school, and he's like, hey, what's up? I'm
Was
like,
your high school coach or your
yeah, my high school
high
coach.
school coach?
And like he always used to come up and talk to me. I'm just like not trying to give him the time of the day. I'm just like, man, whatever. So he's like, hey, like, why you never come out and play football? And I'm like, I don't want to. He's like, you too big to be a regular student though. And I'm like, what that mean? He's like, you come play football and I'll show you. I remember the first day of practice. I put on everything backwards. Everybody look at me like, oh, this kid about to suck. Like, he's ain't no way he's about to be really good. But little did my high school coach know that he changed my life forever, right? Like, he opened the possibility of college for me, right? Low income family, don't really have that much, support as far as, money wise to, go through college and things of that sort. So sports opened that door for me. And it was hard.
Were you already watching football and into it before?
Yeah, so like I played football, like family reunions, throw up tackle, all that stuff. And yeah, I enjoyed it. And then when I got to, high school and Planet, it came with a lot, right? Like, I didn't even play my first game. Well, I played my first game, but not until the second half. I was just begging the coach to let me in.
Yeah.
I'm like, Coach, let me in. Right next to him. He's like, we can't get no pressure. I said, Coach, put me in. And, after that, he put me in. And I remember like 2-3 weeks later, I got my first college offer. Shout out to Stony Brook University. Appreciate you. And yeah, they came, walk right on the field, Reese, right to me. Hey, you Devon Anderson? Hey, we offering you a full scholarship. Damn. Right, and right then and there, I'm like, oh, this is achievable. I can do this shit. Like, it ain't no way in the world that I can't. Like, I know I can. Because this man walked up to me in the middle of summer workouts and offered me a full ride scholarship.
This sounds like one of those inspirational movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, right.
It's super cool,
Right, yeah. So like it was crazy, right? Like you grew like as a child, like I'm not even gonna lie, like to me, I thought my end of the road story was working at Wendy's. Senior year, paying for prom, getting my prom outfit, things of that sort, right? Like never did I ever expect me to have a coach come in my face and offer me a full scholarship, right? And then now it started to build that not memory, but like give me that thought of life. Like, ooh, this one school, what about another one?
Maybe there's more.
Right. It's the bigger picture, right? Life was bigger than Baltimore. Once I realized that, it was easy for me to apply myself even more to football. And then, yeah, it was crazy. It was very enjoyable. And then after that, I got a couple more offers. Temple University, was Delaware, a few other schools. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But I was going to essentially commit to Temple University, right? Like I thought Temple was, it's 45 minutes, an hour, something like that from my house.
Yeah.
Still relatively close to, home and things. But, my mistakes as a youth, as far as like skipping school and all that, finally caught up to me, right? Didn't get my SAT score, right? Had like a 2.5 GPA, still wasn't good enough, had a good SAT score. ACT score. And granted, I did not like taking tests. I remember being in SAT, bro, and studying like SAT studies or whatever, studying so long. So long. And when I got to that testing center, I'm like, hell no.
Dude, anytime I take tests, bro, I'm just straight up bullshitting.
I
never studied for tests.
I was like, this can't be real.
It's crazy.
And then, at some point, I think like an hour or two in, I'm like, I'm a guess. Right? Like, I was like, I can't. Like, I either got it or I didn't. But, like, that's the way I was okay with the results was going to be. And then I remember getting a call, like, 3 days, 4 days from signing day, National High School Signing Day. And Temple University called me like, hey, man, we can't commit to your scholarship anymore. Talk about a reality shift, right? Like, you go from being on this top of this pillar into, like, slicing that shit right in half, and you back to rock bottom. And honestly, like, those next 2 days was, like, crazy for me. Because I'm telling my family, they see all the success and all this stuff. And I'm like,
Kind of
damn.
feels like kind of embarrassing, right?
Kind of
Like,
in a sense.
Kind of like.
Yeah, it felt a little embarrassing just because it felt like you let him down or some way, right? But then, I think a day before signing day, Dodge City Community College in Kansas calls me. I didn't care where it was at. I just heard scholarship, and I was like, I'm there. Count me in. Kansas. Yeah. What is it, Dorothy?
Dorothy.
Yeah. In the middle of Kansas. It was crazy. We can talk about that another time, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I actually never took my ACT or SATs.
Really?
So that day that they were doing them, it was around the time, so I'd almost dropped out of school.
Yeah.
I actually did for like a month, right, out of high school. It was my senior year. I was like, so you need at least 24 credits to graduate here in Utah. Going into my senior year, I had 11.
Hold up. You need 24 credits to
Minimum.
graduate? Minimum. Okay.
Minimum. Most people graduate with 27, though.
Okay.
But the minimum's 24. I went to my senior year with 11. So I basically had a full 2 years to make up for. Right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm done, I'm just going to get my GED, like I don't even care. So I dropped out.
Yeah.
And I was just sleeping basically all day for a month, and I was just like, and then around the time they're doing it.
Did you feel like you was in a valley of laziness?
In laziness? Yeah,
okay.
For sure, dude. I was so lazy, right?
Okay.
And the SAT scores come around, and, my mom's telling me about it. I'm just like, yeah, I'll go. And then I woke up that morning. I wasn't feeling sick, but I was like, oh, I'm feeling sick. I ain't going to school, right? So I just skipped it. I blew it off. I was like, if I got to, I'll just pay for the test later on, right?
Right.
Eventually, my dad, he talks to me, right? I'm talking to him. I'm like, Dad, I'm dropping out. I'm going to get my GED instead. And he was like, it's like, okay, well, you're going to have to pay for your own phone. You're going to have to start paying for your car insurance, your own gas. You're going to have to pay basically everything.
Responsibility.
Every amenity he was offering me.
Yeah.
I had to pay for myself if I was to drop out, right? So I was like, damn.
That reality shock.
So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then he was like, I was like, I'll pay for that stuff if I gotta. And he was like, will you at least try this new school? Right? Or it's not a new school, but it's new to me. He's like, will you try this school? It's made to help people who always struggled. Because I've always struggled with school. It's just I've never been able to get it right. Then I go to this school, and right off the start, dude, I was getting along with everybody.
You met a girl.
Passing my classes. No, I was actually, when I went to that school, I was already in a relationship.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Excuse me, sir. My apologies.
But, yeah, so I started, like, doing really good at getting B's and A's in my classes, right? There was still a few classes I dropped just because I still had that lazy side to me, right? I actually barely graduated on time. It was, like, the last 30 minutes that all credit was due.
Yeah.
I got it in, like, the last 30 minutes
the
last credit.
Yeah. I think I had to do, like, did you guys have it, like, a packet?
Yeah, we had those.
Yeah, I had to do, low-key, I had to do a packet, too.
It was packets and then this online program. It's basically online packets. Or whatever. Yeah. But that's how I graduated. And I had failed almost every single class up until about 11th, 12th grade, right?
Did you guys do the No Child Left Behind?
No what?
It's like a No Child Left Behind thing. No?
I don't think so.
Oh, they left
no.
you. They left you behind.
I actually got lucky with my GPA, right? Because
Okay.
the schools I'd gone to a charter school for 9th and 10th grade. That's where I failed most of my classes.
Okay.
The way they do it is if you fail, if you get less than a B, they don't fail you. They just don't give you any credit or any score at all. Right?
At a charter school?
Yeah, at the one I went to, and
Talk
because of
about
that,
strict.
because no, like yeah, it was kind of, but because of that, it actually made my GPA when I graduated look better, because when I went to a traditional high school in 11th grade,
Yeah.
11th and 12th grade, it was I'd failed some classes, passed some, right, but I was still missing a shit ton of credit.
Yeah.
And then the school I went to that helped me, it was kind of the same concept, whereas if you get less than 80%, we're not failing you, we're just not giving you credit.
Okay.
And because of that, and after getting all the credit, it looks like I passed with almost straight A's and B's.
Ah.
Even though I failed most of my classes up until 12th grade,
Yeah.
I technically got A's and B's and a few C's, right? So my GPA graduating was a 3.2.
Jeez.
So which isn't like great, right? Nothing to praise for, but for having
3.2, that is really good.
For having failed so many classes,
Yeah.
I looked at my little report. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
Like I kind of got happy about it, right? And
I
so
think
it's
my highest GPA was a 3.4, 3.5. And that was like my first 2 years in junior college.
you're in college.
Yeah, my junior
Oh,
college.
okay.
Now, when you get to 4 year, it's a different story. Yeah.
So we have a bit of an issue.
Oh, no. Wasn't
So-
that recording?
It was. So we just took a little break, right? We were just had to go run to the bathroom, whatever.
Yeah.
I went to go check the camera.
Yeah, it wasn't on.
It had stopped 14 minutes in, which is fine. So this first episode is mostly probably just going to be an audio only. Like the YouTube video, I'm still probably going to put in the first 14 minutes, unless it just doesn't make sense to.
Did it record it already?
The first 14 minutes, yeah.
But they recorded it on the camera.
Yeah, so I just started the camera again.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to figure out what the heck happened
Okay.
before next episode, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't want that happening again. But, so, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal, right?
No, because we had the audio.
Yeah, we still got the audio that's still going. We've been going for about an hour.
Okay.
But yeah, what were we saying before we took a little intermission?
I think we was talking about like graduating.
Oh, that's right, graduating
and so are we about to end the segment?
I mean, if you got more to say, you just say it. But
just like I guess like a final note, just to do like every podcast.
Yeah.
I just want to say, to everyone that's listening that it's not where you start, it's how you finish, right? Like we all go through our own, struggles in life, and sometimes it's, at some point it's hard. You feel like you don't have nobody to turn to, but there's always something bright at the end of the tunnel. I promise you. And always surround yourself with, people that is loving and caring. Somebody like Reese, right? Like, sometimes, I came to work like hella upset. It's hard for me to be, down at work, right? Like if you met me in person, and understand the type of personality I have, I'm rarely down. Like,
dude, he's like popular as fuck at work, dude. I swear, he just be talking to everybody, dude.
Stop, you gonna make me blush. I know. But then again, right? Like even that could be somewhat of I guess a mask or something, right? Like, but it's like the people that is genuine and caring for you is the ones that you need always, right? Like,
yeah.
Granted, I don't see Reese as much on an everyday, consistent basis, but we do have like I guess like a weird chemistry, whereas though we just fuck around and have jokes, right? And like we always laughing, right? It's always like that nice laugh that I have throughout the day is what sometimes get me through the day. And I think that just the biggest message is always surround yourself with people that care for you. And, that always have your back 100%. No hesitation, and always support you through your rights and wrong. And always make sure you,
I mean, the people around you are the biggest influences in your life.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Why not just surround it with good, loving people,
Exactly. No, I definitely agree. I have a great support system here. It's me. I said me. I have a great support system from not only from my friends but from my girlfriend parents. They're like, you know, I can't even words can't even explain of, you know, how much they help support me, and you know, been at every one of my football games since I came here, and you know, showing that endless support, and you know, being away from home for a long time, you know, you kind of need that feeling, or you know, you just want that feeling, and you know, huge shout out to them for, you know, teaching me things too, right? Getting me outside of my comfort zone, and you know, showing me the world, and you know, without them, you know, some days would be rough here too. So, yeah. Any final words you want to touch upon?
I mean, I think you've said it perfectly. I don't really got much more to say. If I think that's a good way to close things off.
It was nice.
It was nice, yeah.
Um,
But yeah, so I mean, we should be doing these episodes. We're gonna try and shoot for weekly, right?
yeah.
But sometimes we get too busy, so
This peak coming. Okay, it's gonna be tough out here. It's gonna be crazy.
it's gonna be pretty
bro.
crazy.
It's gonna get crazy. So
I'm already like starting next week because that's when they start this our peak, right?
yeah,
Is I'm already at like almost 60 hours. Just like we're almost
But
fully
see-
staffed again, but I'm already at for the extra overtime for peak, right? At like
Okay.
60 hours or so.
we are working 5/12s,
5/12. So that's
5/12.
crazy, dude.
bro. It's
That's gonna be brutal.
honestly, it's just like mental, right?
It
Take
really
care of your
is.
mental. Like,
Dude, just
5 12-hour shifts is like draining, bro. Like,
oh yeah.
it is like completely exhausting. Like, for me, I just want to make sure I, you know, build in gym time and you know friend time and
Me and some of my coworkers were planning on doing 5/16s.
tripping.
But we were all gonna do it on
Listen.
the same shifts together, right?
Listen what he just said. Planning.
Well-
I didn't even ask for these 5/12s, and he's over here talking
Well,
about
not
planning.
Sorry, not planning. More like
Sheesh.
in the case there's
What a
the
guy.
overtime, we're just gonna get that bag and we're all just gonna work together and we're just gonna like make it fun. You know what I mean?
Well, no, yeah,
To get
definitely. I
through
think
it. And get that bag.
I think the biggest thing about work, I love my team. Shout out to my pick team. They are the GOATs. And I think at any job, you got to have people that makes the job fun, right?
For sure.
Like, me and you, we ran security. We made it fun. You had no choice not to, you know, laugh, have
And
some
we
fun.
met some pretty cool people there.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Shout out to everybody we met in security.
One of them's she'll probably actually be coming on the podcast eventually.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We have not forgot about you. I promise.
Shout out to Yessie.
Yeah. There you go. Amazing personality, too. She's a good spirit, so you guys get to meet her. Hopefully she's not too shy. She actually do YouTube herself, so shouldn't be too shy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she'll be great. Like
Yeah.
she's very outgoing. She's well spoken, and
Yeah.
honestly, she's just a great person. So, anyways, if that's all we have to say, if you got any last words,
I don't have any last words. I just appreciate everyone that tunes in today. This is episode 1. So
dude, a
at
new
Reese's-
era, bro.
New
This
era.
is literally a new era.
Right? We want to
Here we
fast
go.
forward from a year from now and, you know, just, you know, see how far we grown. Why won't you guys just, you know, grow with us as we, you know, move forward every day?
In the situation, I could be doing some podcasts alone if he's not able to make it, because I still want to try and shoot.
That's
for,
a cap. I will
shoot
be
for
here.
Weekly uploads, right? I want to try and stay consistent, and if he's not able to make it, I'm gonna still try and get an episode out. If I can't, then you just have
Yeah.
to wait 2 weeks, right? 2-3 weeks, whatever. Whatever ends up happening. But
For the most part, you'll see me as much as possible. Yeah, but then again, yeah, I just said, like, just, you know, grow with us as we, you know, grow every day and every year and every month, right?
for sure, dude, a
Oof.
huge thanks to you guys. Honestly, thank you guys. If you guys made it to the end, you guys are
Yes,
Kings.
you are. Yes,
queens.
Yes, appreciate you so
so
much.
That's crazy.
You know, it's just Thank you.
If you guys want to stay updated on our podcast, maybe when we upload it or just any new announcements or updates, you can follow our social media, which is for Twitter, Instagram, it's at out at Reese's.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be links in the description. If not, it's just out at, and it's Reese's is spelled REESES.
Yeah.
Out at Reese's.
And
that's it, guys. Thank you so much.
Catch you next episode.
Peace.
Peace.